What up, it's your main man Jnko, the show Lovecraft Country, Black Dude Explains. So I'm going to explain Lovecraft Country, Season 1. Major spoilers ahead. Jonathan Majors plays Atticus Freeman, a soldier that comes back from the Korean War. He gets a letter from his missing father. This letter says that he has found information about his mother's family. Now he sets off to go find his father and get that information. A lot of these episodes have Easter eggs and themes that are pulled from pop culture, and they also deal with a lot of true events. Ultimately, the plan is we have Christina, which is the main bad guy. She wants to have ultimate power, immortality. And she feels as though that she doesn't have it because she was born a woman. So she enacts a plan to get rid of her father and uses Atticus' blood to give her immortality. So the white girl trying to get that ultimate girl power, and she ain't gonna let a little thing called Atticus' life stop her. Episode 1. Now this episode deals with people coming from one war and becoming heroes in another war. They reference John Carter. Atticus comes back and then leaves again to go find his father. They run away from racist cops. They get attacked by monsters. Then he finds his relatives. Episode 2 deals with the Birthright family. In this episode you find out how the main character is related to these people. And it's because of slavery and magic. They don't talk about it, but it's that black girl magic. There's a lot of sexual relations going on in this episode. A lot of references to the Garden of Eden, like snake penises and apples. Mainly snake penises. That real black snake moan. They try to open a portal to the Garden of Eden, but because of a ring that was given to him from Christina, everybody's turned to stone except for Atticus. So Christina used him as a Trojan horse to kill her father. Uncle George dies and this house collapses. Episode 3. Liddy gets an inheritance from her mother and she goes and buys a house. But what she doesn't know is it's not from her mother, it's from the main bad guy, and she actually wants her to purchase that home. The home has some items that Christina needs, but the home is haunted by some spirits. They get a voodoo woman to go and free the spirits, and then they learn about some deciphered pages. Episode 4 deals with an adventure they have to go on to get those deciphered pages so they can cast their own spells. And Hippolyta finds out more about her husband's death. Episode 5 deals with the transformations of characters. Optimus Prime didn't show up, but people transform from one way over to another. Ruby the sister transformed into a white woman, and we find out that Christina is actually Williams in disguise. It was a bunch of transactions, it's crazy. Episode 6 deals with identity, love, and relationships. And one big theme, monsters. It's a flashback episode and we follow Gia. We follow the relationship between her and Atticus. Gia has some type of demon creature possession thing going on, and if she ever gets with somebody, she just kills them with a bunch of hairy tails and stuff out of her body. And when she does this, she takes on the memories of that person. She gets with Atticus, almost kills him, but she sees his future and she lets him know, hey man, you gonna die pretty soon. Episode 7 deals with Hippolyta time traveling into different dimensions and finding herself. She's trying to find herself because she's trying to be a strong woman. She time travels into different dimensions, she learns more about herself, and she becomes free. Episode 8, Dee gets cursed. Now this by far is the scariest episode. She gets chased by Topsy and Bopsy. Crazy creepy kids just following her around. It was scary. It was really scary for real. She gets caught by these characters and becomes ill. They do a spell on Atticus, and with this spell it gives Atticus a show-off. There's a showdown in front of their house and there's a bunch of racist cops that get killed. Episode 9 is a time traveling mission and it's one of the best ones yet. They time travel to go back in time to Tulsa, Oklahoma, where a major massacre happens to get the Book of Names. They realize they're in a time loop and things that happened because they went back in time and set them in place. So they save some people, get the Book of Names, and save the day. Episode 10, Full Circle. They go to the ancestral plane and talk to their ancestors and they get more familiar with magic. Now they're casting their own spells and coming up with a plan to stop the bad guy. They learn a lot of lessons from their ancestors, and one of the major things is don't be afraid of magic. They do this plan, but it doesn't go the way they plan. Atticus is killed, Gia steps in to save him, but she can't save him, but they stop Christina. So Atticus is dead, Christina's dead, well not yet. She was dying and then Dee came over and just killed her. Because Dee's dark now with a robotic arm. It's pretty dark. It's really, really dark. But that's the end of the show. Lovecraft Country Season 1. Alright y'all, I'm your main man Jnko. Peace up, 8-town down south, cat to the side, and here looking at you. Black Dude Explains.